Hey y'all, it's St. Pam again. I know I've been gone for a really long time and I want to apologize for that. This video is going to be really freeform and I'm going to be explaining why I was gone for so long. And that is because I suffer from pretty severe anxiety and depression, and for a long time there I just couldn't bring myself to do much of anything. And then earlier this year, I was going to try to make a comeback, but my father passed away, and I've been dealing with that. It was pretty sudden, and it still gets to me. So, yeah. But I'm doing a lot better now. I've been able to focus more on things. I haven't been getting as overwhelmed by things that I need to do or things that I want to do even. So, yeah, I want to get this channel started back up. I was having a lot of fun doing it. I think that the people who have subscribed to me and are still subscribed to me were, for the most part, enjoying my videos. So I definitely want to apologize to all of you that have stuck with my channel for this long without there being any updates. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be starting stuff up again. Now I'm considering starting a Patreon or something as well. I know my channel is kind of small for something like that, but as I said, I'm going to be starting things up again, and I figure if I get one of those up, maybe it'll help even a little bit with me getting better sound equipment or things like that, upping the quality of my videos over time. So that's my my main goal there. My main focus is to just try to get better equipment. I also want to go on and apologize for there not being an intro or an outro. Something weird happened with my computer. I had to completely wipe the hard drive to get it even working again. It's good now, but that meant that I lost everything, and I had not backed the image up or the music or anything that I was using. So I'm working on a new one. It's taking quite a while, but it's going to look quite a bit better than the last one did. It'll be along the same lines, the same idea, but it's different. So hopefully you'll enjoy that once I have that back up on the channel. I'm also going to be possibly part of my Patreon will be selling my artwork, kind of like one of the reward tiers. So keep an eye out for that. I'm still thinking on that, thinking on what I can do for the Patreon. It's not going to be something that I start like today or anything like that. It's just something I'm considering doing and considering what I would need to do to make it work. So that's pretty much it for those types of announcements. Now I am playing WoW again, but over the past year or so, I've also played some Elder Scrolls Online, so that was a lot of fun. It's not for everyone, I understand that, but I enjoyed it, and I'll still be poking that from time to time. I played some Star Wars The Old Republic, so that was pretty entertaining. So I'm going to be looking at the games I've played, not just one or two games. I'm going to be looking at the lore, going more in depth to that, making videos of me either reading books that I find in the world or talking about the lore from quests and things like that. So keep an eye out for that if that's something you want to hear. I'm considering making lists of like the best and worst role-playing profiles we've seen in games, whether they be video games or on websites. If you have any ideas, feel free to DM that to me over on Twitter. And that link is going to be below because I do still have that account. Yeah. I've done a little bit of writing in Taurus already. I actually got ahead of the curve with Tomb of Sargeras on Heroic just in time. So that was cool, and I appreciate the guild that I went along with for it. My husband and I both did. It was really cool. I did a little bit in Heroic on in Taurus, but the guild actually had an overabundance of healers, and so I had to go as DPS, and I haven't DPS'd, gosh, not since Burning Crusade, and even then I didn't take the character to dungeons or anything like that. It was my Beastmaster Hunter. The last time she was in a raid seriously was in Vanilla, and even then it was only Upper Blackrock Spire. I kited Dracosath and did a pretty good job of it, but yeah, no one really knew how to play in WoW anyway. We thought we did. And I'm sure in like 5 years people will be like, oh, nobody knew how to play in Legion. Well, maybe not 5 years, but you get the idea. You know, if this game continues to keep up, continues with the expansions, continues to improve, because they've been doing a lot to improve, then I don't see any reason why in like 10 more years, 12 more years, they won't look back and be like, oh, nobody in Legion knew how to play. Because the game will be completely different. And then, you know, people who played in Vanilla would just be like complete noobs. Of course we all were. And I'm rambling a little bit, I know. Like I said, this is a very free-form video. Usually I have scripts that I follow, and I might like deviate from them a little bit, but not a whole lot, because I want to stay on topic, and I know I tend to ramble like this. But I didn't know how to word half of this. Now, what actually brought me back to WoW was seeing the Battle for Azeroth and the new races, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. The Zandalari. I had never considered that WoW would give us any of the other, that Blizzard would give us any of the other troll races to play. And it's awesome. You guys know I love trolls. I like a lot of the races in the game, though. Ever since they were introduced, I wanted Nightborn to be playable, and I know they're really similar to being Night Elves, but they're different enough. And hey, the Horde get them, so and I'm primarily a Horde girl. I'm also looking forward to some of the awesome armor that we're going to be able to get in Battle for Azeroth, because it looks pretty sweet. Especially like the long leather coats and stuff that the Alliance is getting. So I'm gonna have to faction change my my rogue again. I made her a goblin, but I'm gonna have to make her a worgen again. Yeah. The cinematic for Battle for Azeroth was amazing, though, and spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it, but I imagine like most people have, especially if you're watching channels like watching things like the Weekly Reset with Taliesin and Evitel, or watching Trade Chat, or any number of other YouTubers that are way bigger than me that a lot of people watch, then you already know about all of this. But if you are watching my channel and you haven't seen the cinematic for Battle for Azeroth, then this is your spoiler alert. But when I watched it, all of it was amazing. But seeing Sylvanas actually go Banshee was like absolutely awesome. I don't think we've seen that in WoW. Honestly, I don't know about the RTS games because I never played them, and I should, but I haven't. I owned one growing up, but it was not installed on the computer, so never played it. At least as far as I know, it wasn't. So I don't know if we ever got to see Sylvanas' Banshee form in the Warcraft games, but seeing it in WoW, seeing the cinematic, seeing it all in HD was awesome. It was awesome. And when, I don't know if it was mass res or a mass hill, I'm not 100% sure what he was doing there, but if it was a mass res, that would require a lot of power from my understanding of the WoW lore. So that was pretty cool too, just seeing what he did. It was a great cinematic. But yeah. Just gonna comment, you'll see that the video I'm using for this is actually me jumping off of the hilt of the sword that, spoiler alert if you haven't happened to see this, but again, I imagine most of you have, but the sword that Sargeras stabbed into Silithus. Also, note that for whatever reason, he was stabbing Silithus. He's got a thing against the old gods, and that's pretty much the reason for everything he's done at this point. But he misses on Kiraj. He stabs Silithus, but he misses on Kiraj. So, I feel like that might have been a better place to stab. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, that's, I thought that would be a pretty cool backdrop if you haven't seen it in game itself yet. I don't know if it pops up after you finish in Taurus or not. We actually cleared normal, I think the first, no, did we clear normal the first night? I can't remember, I think we did. If we didn't, oh no, we didn't, but we only had like 3 bosses left by the time we were done, so I didn't see it until like almost a week after Antaurus was released, because the raid nights were split. So yeah, I don't know if it would have been there if I had gone out to Silithus before we cleared it or not, but we all went out there after we finished the clear and killed the first boss on heroic, and we were like, you know what, let's go. Let's go look at this. And the raid leader took us all out there, and we got to see it, and we got up as high as we could, and my husband and I jumped off of the sword. And you'll notice in my video that you are going to lose the ability to glide. So unless you're a demon hunter and can direct the way you get to glide down, be mindful of that should you choose to jump off of the hilt. Make sure you have some sort of potion that'll help you float down, or are on a class that can just float down. I'm on my priest, she's the one that's cleared it, so again, I don't know if you'd see it outside of anyone that has cleared in Taurus yet, but you know, she's got levitate. I just can't direct it, so I end up like really far away from the sword by the time I finally land. But still, it's really cool. It's a pretty nasty looking blade, and I encourage that once you do finish it, or you know, you can go out and see if it's there yet, but definitely if it's not, you know, go out, poke it once you do clear Taurus. Even if you're only clearing it on LFR, that's fine. That's all I had access to for a while, and that's kind of what I'm back to because well, I'm gonna be back to LFR for a little while for reasons. No drama or anything like that, just personal stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm looking at possibly starting a new guild. Y'all are gonna laugh at me, but I'm currently on Moonguard, so if you have any WoW characters, if you play on Moonguard, then, you know, hit me up. You can DM me and I'll tell you if I play there, or who I'll be on at that point in time. Oh, I meant to tell you this at the beginning. I do have a Discord channel in the works. I've got to work on the rules and making the different channels, I guess server or whatever, but I do have a Discord. I just got to finish up with the channels, the rules and stuff, and I'll start linking that once it's all finished, so you guys can join me there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for listening. I know this went on for a while because I got to rambling, and this is why I use a script so that if it is going to be long, it will all be relevant. Anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and yeah, have fun. Bye.